This is Sports Federation TV. We're moving swiftly along, and swiftly is the key word because we're moving into car racing. Someone who's been in car racing for the past 15 years, Clubman's, stock cars, you name it, this man has ridden it. He's a pocket rocket. He's a short little guy, but he packs a big punch when he races. Clint, Fouche, you well?
Can't complain.
Good, good. You've been around the block, on the track for many years, 15 years. You've raced a range of different categories in cars, stock standard, 2.1s, now V6s. What's it been like in all these different classes? Is it fun? Is it exciting?
No, when we started, we were out on the gravel. So you can't compare gravel to tar. But what I can say is I've come from the 2.1s, going in anti-clockwise. And now heading over to the 6 cylinders, it's different. The track's not the same. It might be oval, but it's not the same. Everything changes.
But I mean, the 2.1s is a much faster, responsive motor and class. Much more competitive. Not to say that the heavy metals are less competitive. But I mean, your engine, because of the sheer mass that you're having to push around the track, does that make a huge difference?
A huge difference. I mean, you're running 2 liters and it's responsive. You touch the accelerator and you fly. And you're on the brakes and it stops. With a 6-cylinder, a bit longer to get there. And once you're there, you're on the brake and a bit longer to slow down. It's a totally different ball game.
I mean, you've now moved from the 2.1 to the heavy metal. How long has it taken you to build a car? Take us through that process. So people because a lot of people don't understand that you need to get a car that's safe to be able to do this.
Okay, the idea was to take a standard heavy car, well, standard off the road. I bought my car, I think it would cost me $5,000. Put in a roll cage, first broke everything out, put the roll cage in, which was another $4,000. So my car at the moment cost me, let's say, $12,000, that's it.
With a standard engine?
Standard engine, as is, and it's not on pace, but we'll get there, it takes time. Rome wasn't built in a day.
Yeah, and I think that's the key and a message I want to bring home is that it doesn't need to cost your arm and a leg to actually come out and enjoy the sport. Yes, you pay a membership fee for MSA, Motorsports South Africa. You obviously pay a Cape Al driver's fee to be a member of the club, and then you obviously pay a race fee.
That's it.
But over and above that, it's not huge amounts of money. And in terms of petrol and maintenance?
Okay, luckily I'm sponsored petrol.
Okay.
Maintenance so far, I haven't had any. Touch wood, I haven't had any yet. If I go back to the 2.1, it was maintenance after every race, which was, let's say, 1,000 Rand a race. Your methanol was 350 a can, and there was 2 cans a night, which is a heavy, it's a knock.
Yeah.
But in the 6 cylinders and the standards, it's exactly what it is. It's keep the sport down, make it cost effective for the man on the street.
So you're running normal pump fuel?
Standard pump fuel.
Which is 97 unleaded in some cases, or lead replacement for the heavy metals, some heavy metals.
Yeah.
How long have you, I mean, what got you involved into this wonderful sport?
I was thrown into it. At the age of 11, my dad used to race. He's a founder member. Started in 1968, and the first night at CHD. I was 11 years old, walking around in the pits, carrying water, and they had a pit mac race, and padded the chair for me with a whole lot of t-shirts and jerseys and jackets, and threw me in, put the car into second and said, go, just don't hit the wall because then I'm going to hit you. And that's where I started. I haven't stopped, I haven't looked back.
Wow. And it's been passion and it's in your blood, so that's
what you
want to do.
It's got to be in your blood. It's got to be in your blood.
Okay. Let's take a look and see some of the footage of Clint and some of the other CHD drivers in action. Let's check it out.
Fiesta with the on-the-spot Fiesta of Guido Sorotti around his outside. He's there in second place. He's going to try and get the whole shot. No, he doesn't. Oh, and he just falls away. Guido Sorotti has got a bit of a problem there with that Fiesta of his, and he falls to the tail end of the field. struggling at the tail end of the field, just managing to stay ahead of Guido Sorotti. So it's Clint Fouche then who has the lead. He's got 5 car lengths then at least on Eugene Greason in second place. Greason is there in second, and he's got a hold of Russell Ormerod as well.
As the white flag comes out, this is the last lap. Your race leader is the Rothmans Auto, CarsonRacing.com. Terry Carson of Las Vegas, Nevada, putting his name on that car, and he'll get a win in his class. And overall, it's Clint Fouche that comes home first. Johan Spies second, followed there by Eugene Greason, Russell Ormerod.
That's an example of racing at Cape Hall Drivers. Clint, what's it like to win an event, to win a race or a heat?
What a lot of people don't know is that would have, I think, 2 or 3 before that was actually a maiden win. After all the years of racing, after everything, I can't explain it. The blood rushes, I don't know, on a high that there's nothing that can actually replace that high. It's amazing.
And what do you feel after the event? I mean, do you look back at it and think, oh, why can't I do that again?
All the time. All the time. I go back to watch my old videos. And yes, I would love to go back to that. But as you get older, one's got to realize you can't. The pace is too much. You've got to slow down and find something else.
And then you move into the heavy metals.
And then you move into the heavy metals.
Let's check Clint out in some more footage. Let's check this out.
And up front, it's the 2 hot rods of Michael Wilson and, of course, Richard Greason. Down the back main, they go. But in the 2.1s, it's Jonathan Reisenberg that had the whole shot. Leads down the back straight and into engine corner. It's Russell Ormerod that is there behind him in second position. There, 9 turn. He's been pressurized there by Francois Muller, who has got Etienne Duplessis crawling all over him and contact. Oh! Major contact there involving Clint Fouche and Jonathan Reisenberg. That leaves Reisenberg at the back of the pack and not trying to recover the road again. But now leading the 2.1s by the proverbial country mile is Russell Ormerod with the bonnet of Clint Fouche flopping there, and he's really battling to see where he has to go. An E9 turn.
Contact there between Reisenberg then and Clint Fouche. Has seen Clint Fouche compromised in a very big way. He cannot see a thing, but yet he's stepping defensive. He's making a plan here with that bonnet up. He's keeping Etienne Duplessis at bay, the number 98 BMW powered Master. He's just driving defense now, making it to work for him here as he's got a big lead over Etienne Duplessis, number 98 in second. Oh,
What a spinner, that's Mikey Wilson. Full course yellow as Wilson is stranded in no man's land.
now here comes the thing. Is Clint Fouche going to see it? Yes, he has seen it. He has somehow, some way managed to see that there's a Etienne Duplessis. He takes the checkered flag. First platoon, Duplessis ahead of Ormerod in second, Muller in third. Fourth place, then a solid fourth for Eugene Greason ahead of Clint Fouche in fifth place. Sixth position, then Jonathan Reisenberg, and in seventh.
One of the sayings at Cape Hall Drivers is rubbing is racing, Clint. We saw some rubbing, we saw some knocking, and we also see a bonnet up. How do you manage to drive with a bonnet up?
You look through the side of your window and you watch the edge of the track and pick a small spot. Underneath that bonnet there was a triangle which was not bigger than 5 centimeters, which managed just to show me a little bit ahead. When you were in the top corner, you had to know what was going on in the bottom corner, and otherwise just hope nothing else is in front of you.
That's phenomenal racing. Next Saturday, the 26th, racing's at Killarney Racetrack. Starts at about 4:30.
That's right.
Do you think it's going to be a jam-packed event?
I think it's going to be pretty jammed. I think so.
And I know there's championships quite tight, but there's lots of racing to happen that weekend, because in all the categories from minis, 1660s, 2.1s, stock standard clubmans, even V6s, and the V8s and the midgets are all taking part. So it's a full program. Lots of visitors from Bedaarsdorp, Kleinplaas, everybody's coming down to race. You looking forward to it?
Yes and no.
Why no?
Because I don't feel like the body damage.
But rubbing is racing. That's what it's about.
It's an aggressive sport, but to a point. No, I think we're going to have a good night. I do believe there is some hot rods going to be there from up in from Joburg and
Yep.
them. So I think we're going to have quite a good night.
Great. Clint, good luck. Thank you for your time coming to chat to us and tell us how exciting racing is.
Thank you.
Next Saturday, Killarney Racetrack, 4:30 till 9. Stock car racing at its best. Check out their website, kpldrivers.co.za. Let's take an ad break.